This is Total Outdoor Programming.
Hey, this is Marty from Total Outdoor Programming. You may have watched our video on crappie fishing. Got together with my friends Mike, Nick, and Dave, and we went out and did some overnight crappie fishing in the dark with the Sparky Night Light. Caught a lot of fish. We threw some back and kept enough to make a nice meal here. The Sparky Night Light is an underwater fishing light that's made by a father and his sons, and they sell it on eBay. It's the only place that you can get it right now. It's called the Sparky Night Light. Really worked out and brought the crappie in right away. We're going to go ahead and show you how to clean crappie. First thing I'll start off with is by bringing this fin back, and you'll see that the meaty part ends all the way up behind the head here. That's where I'll make my first cut. And you don't need to go all the way through. You're just trying to cut through to the spine and then across basically to where you see the meat stop. I'll repeat the process on the other side. Go ahead and get this cut out of the way right now while it's still more firm, just like that. Following the line of the back here, you can see that darker area is where the spine runs. Just gently work your knife in, and I've got the knife pointed up and I'm just pulling up. I'm just basically trying to cut through the skin right now until I get part way back to where these fins start to end. Once I get to where the fins start to end, I'm going to gently poke it through. Be careful not to cut yourself. And I'm going to put pressure down on the knife so it's riding on that spine and just work it towards the end here. I'm not going to cut all the way through. I'm going to leave a little attachment for right now. We'll use that later on. So right now my cut's not very deep. I've just got it separated on the skin here. Now I'll go ahead and run it all the way down and actually run it till you hit the rib cage. Just go ahead and cut through all of these bones. You're going to cut them out anyways. Then you can follow through like this. Go back to your original cut that you put in through here, and always try and cut away from yourself. Just gently follow up that cut. And you'll see at this point we've got that whole rib section attached right there, and we're still attached at the tail. Now I'm going to go ahead and use that attachment. I'm going to just gently slide this underneath here and just gently work the knife against the skin all the way to the front. Just take your time with it. You don't want any meat left on that skin here. We're right to the spine, and we've got all of the belly meat still left intact on our fillet and none of it left here, so that's what you want. Now when you cut that center section out, you're left with a Y shape. What I'll go ahead and do here is go across like this. Now you've got two pieces ready to go in the fryer. Now what we've got left here is basically all of the bones that are going to get you if you leave them in. And I'll show you what's left meat-wise. That little sliver right there is all you're losing of the meat, and it makes it real quick and clean and easy. So get the bones out all in one piece, discard those, and this is what you're going to be eating right here. Now we'll just repeat the process on the other side. We're going to keep the knife point up and just hug the spine as we go through. Not trying to make a deep cut, we're just trying to separate the skin here. Once you make it back to where the two fins meet, you're going to slide it through. Be careful not to poke yourself. Don't get stung. Now we'll go back up here and just gently follow it all the way down to the rib cage. And you can hear it hit the rib cage. Cut through those ribs. Run that knife back through there and just gently finish up the cut. Go ahead and run this knife just gently in between the skin and the fillet. You're holding the knife at an angle so it's riding on the skin as it goes. Go back to the front here. Do your Y cut to remove those bones. Then I take it, cut it like this, and there's the meat that you'll get from one medium-sized crappie. And you always want to check it when you get done. You want to be able to see through, see that there's no meat left on the skin. You want that to be just as thin as possible here. That way you know you're getting as much of the meat as possible. You want to basically be able to see right through that skin. Well, hopefully this video helps. Quick, easy way to fillet panfish, crappie, bluegill, anything like that, perch. You can even use it on bigger fish, but what I would do on the bigger fish is go ahead and take your time and ease around that rib cage, because there's enough thickness there to make it worth taking that knife right around the top of the rib cage rather than cutting them like we do to speed up the process here. On panfish, you're not really going to lose enough meat to be worth hassling over trying to get that little 1/8 of an inch sliver there. By the time you fry it, it turns into a potato chip basically. One evening of fishing, fun with friends, couple meals here. Should be pretty good. Looking forward to it.